So we were discussing regarding the extra widening. So I told you on curve we need some extra width. Na? So if the straight road is there, then suddenly we are having the curve. So we can't give the extra widening right like this. So what we need? We need some connection in between the straight road and the horizontal curve. Similarly, after also we need some connection between horizontal curve and straight road. That portion we call it as transition curve. Okay, you might have already drawn that. So write the heading transition curve first. Sorry. First I will give you some one word point. Transition curve, they may ask you for 2 marks numerical. What is the length of transition curve? Or sometimes they may ask you. Sometimes they may ask you some numerical, some theory portions also. Okay? Fine. So transition curve, as I told you, it's something connection between a straight road and a circular road, right? So let's write that point first. Transition curve, you can write that purposes simply. Why we are using transition curve? First point you can write to connect a straight road to a circular road. To connect a straight road to a circular road. Why we are connecting actually? There are some points. One thing is that only we can gradually give the extra widening. Na? So that point you write. Extra widening can be provided gradually. Extra widening can be provided gradually. Extra widening can be provided gradually. Okay. Okay, that is one point. And also on the curve, we are going to give some super elevation. Na? See, on the straight road, we are having something like this with a camber definitely. But whenever a curve is coming, we are going to provide something like this. So gradually suddenly can you provide something super elevation like this, some slope? Not possible. So what we have to do? If this is the straight road and if it is your circular curve, we are going to provide something like this, na? Some connection. So what we can do? So after that also we are going to decrease. We are going to be like this. Okay. So what we can do? So the shape exactly will not be like that. I'm just showing you what it is. So first purpose is to give the extra widening gradually. Second purpose is what? See, on this circular curve, whenever this circular portion is reached, we need super elevation. Na? On the straight road, the road is very straight, like this. A camber is also there, it's something like this. But whenever we are reaching at the circular curve, we are going to give some slope. Correct? Na? Super elevation. So if it is a straight road, suddenly you can't do like this. So what you will do? In the in the transition curve portion, what you will do? We'll start increasing or raising our outer edge. So we'll increase the outer edge, we'll simply raise. Finally, whenever we are reaching at the circular curve, whatever super elevation we require, that much we might have raised already. Our capital E value. Understanding? So that is the second point. We can apply the super elevation gradually. First thing is widening gradually. Second purpose, super elevation we can give gradually. Where we need super elevation? We need our circular curve. But suddenly we can't give the super elevation. So gradually we are going to increase. Whenever we are reaching at the circular curve, the required value, that value we studied now, E value. Okay? Whenever you are reaching at this point, we will be having this raising. But gradually we are going to increase from 0 to that value. Understood? Okay, so that is the next purpose. One more thing is there. If you are providing a transition curve, see these are important for 1 marks. Okay, if you are giving some transition curve, the super elevation will apply. It will act very gradually only, slowly only it will act. Why? Because here the super elevation is here the centrifugal force equal to 0, and here the centrifugal force equal to W into V square by Rg. So the centrifugal force is going to change from 0 to W into V square by Rg. Suddenly you are not going to get any pulling force. Gradually only it is going to start. So you'll get the feeling, okay, I'm going into a curve. I have to reduce the speed a little bit. Suddenly if a turning is coming, there is chance of overturning and all, because you may be coming at high speed. You will be getting a feeling of having you may be getting a feeling of a curve if you are giving a transition curve. So that's another point. You can write that the super elevation will be acting gradually only. The super elevation will be acting gradually only. The super elevation will be acting gradually only. What is the use of that gradually only if it is acting? What is the use of that? The driver will get, or the passengers will get more comfort. That's it. Or suddenly if you are acting, you may be going like this from the seat. Okay? If some gradual change is there, then you will get more comfort. So write that point also you write. So that more comfort will be there. Why there is more comfort? Because there will be no jerk happening. Okay, there will not be any jerk. Jerk means suddenly some change is going to happen. Jerk is actually, technical meaning of jerk is rate of change of acceleration. It can be an interview question. Just I am going to deviate a little bit. We know d by dt of distance is what? D by dt of distance is nothing but your speed. D by dt of speed is what? Nothing but your acceleration. Okay, velocity or something. Velocity or speed. And d by dt of acceleration. Have you studied this before? May not be, na? This is nothing but your jerk. The technical meaning of jerk. In general sense, jerk means what? Some shivering, something, some change is going to happen, na? Some sudden change, correct, na? So technical meaning of jerk is rate of change of acceleration. Means the rate of change of acceleration will be constant, or the acceleration. Okay, in technical meaning I'm telling. In case someone is asking you in interview what do you mean by jerk, or what do you mean by rate of change of acceleration. Okay, that is technical meaning. Here we are telling in general sense. Okay, there will not be a sudden change. Gradually you are going, na? So there will be no jerk, so that passengers will get more comfort. Okay, so these things can be asked for a 1 mark question. One more important point is there. See, what is the radius? This is the starting of the transition curve. This is the ending of a transition curve. Here also, starting is here. This is the starting and this is the ending. So starting of a transition curve is at the straight road. Ending of the transition curve is at the circular road. Okay. So can you tell me what is the radius of the transition curve at its starting location? What will be the radius of transition curve at the starting point? Tell me how much it may be. Radius of transition curve at starting. Is it 0? Centrifugal force is 0. That's it. It will be infinity. Correct now? Radius at the starting point is, understanding, infinity. So that's why we are getting W into V square by infinity into G. So it will be almost equal to 0. Correct now? Then what will be the radius of transition curve at the ending? At the ending point? What will be the radius of transition curve at the ending point? What it may be? Starting it's at infinity. What will be at ending point? Ending point. What may be the value? That's it. Capital R, whichever is equal to radius of the circular curve. So what I can write? Radius of the circular curve. That can be a 1 mark question. Understanding? So the radius is going to decrease from infinity to radius of the curve or circular curve. Correct? Huh? So I told you what is curvature? 1 by radius. In case if they want to use such curvature equation, What will be curvature then? If radius is infinity, what is curvature? 1 by r na? So it will be 0. Correct na? So at the ending portion, radius is equal to some r value. Then what is curvature? Something 1 by r. So curvature is going to be increased. Yes, very good. So curvature is going to be increased from how much? 0 to 1 by r. But radius is going to decrease from infinity to r value. Understanding? Radius only they may ask you, but simply if they want to make it again as a tough complicated sentences and all, they may use this curvature. So no need to lose your mark. Okay? So remember these things for 1 mark purpose. Okay? And for 1 mark, one more concept is there. There are 3 possible shapes for a transition curve. Okay, 3 shapes are possible. We don't have to study how the shape actually, in Ken and Gesto textbook, you will get the shape actually speaking. There are 3 possible shapes. So you can just write the heading, possible shapes of transition curve. 3 possible shapes are there. Spiral is there. Lemniscate is there. Then cubic parabola is there. Cubic parabola. Okay? Spiral, lemniscate and cubic parabola. These 3 possible shapes are there. And in that, this spiral is the best shape or ideal shape of a transition curve. Okay? Why? Because if it is a spiral, then the rate of change of acceleration or the rate of change of radius or rate of change of centrifugal force, it will be constant. The change that is going to happen, a lot of things are going to change. Na? Radius is changing, centrifugal force is changing. The rate at which it is going to change will be constant. What is the advantage of that then? All the calculations, everything, designing, everything will be easy. If the rate of change is very constant, then all the calculations, design process, everything will be more easy. That's why we are telling the ideal shape of a transition curve is spiral. Okay? So you note down those points. Each equation, each shape is having different equations, x and y, and also if you are putting that equations, finally you will get some shapes. Okay? That shapes you can see in the textbook. We don't require that. But remember, the ideal shape of a transition curve is spiral. Okay? So from these many points, they may ask you a 1 mark question. And the 2 mark question what they can ask from this portion is, what should be the minimum length of a transition curve? Okay? So that is our next topic. That's what we have to study for transition curve. That can be the 2 mark question. They are going to ask you. 1 mark question will be whatever we have discussed. From this only they will ask you. See, I told you na, the rate of change of radius, rate of change of centrifugal acceleration, everything is constant in a spiral shape. Correct na? What it means? For a spiral shape, what it means actually, whenever you are moving on the curve, as the distance increases, if you are moving from the starting to the ending, as you are moving on, the radius is going to decrease. No? Radius is going to decrease from infinity to r value, capital R value. That will be directly proportional to 1 by r. That is the meaning. That is what it will be a constant variation. Okay? That variation will be seen. That's what we discussed now. Okay? So the numerical portion which we have to study is what should be the minimum length of this transition curve. What should be the minimum length of transition curve? The minimum length of transition curve is calculated based on 3 different conditions. We are having 3 different equations. Based on the 3 equations, we are going to calculate 3 different values. 3 different length value. Out of that 3, whichever is maximum, that will be your minimum length of transition curve. Means 3 conditions are there. To satisfy the first criteria, what should be your minimum value? To satisfy the next criteria, what should be your minimum value? To satisfy the third criteria, what should be the minimum value? So we are taking three values, three minimum values we are having. Out of those three values, whichever is maximum, that will be our final answer of length of transition curve. Okay. So first what you can do, see length of transition curve, which shape you are going to take now? We will be calculating the length of spiral transition curve. That's what I told, all the design process, everything is easy for spiral. Since the rate of change of radius is a constant. Okay, it's uniform rate of change. Okay. For lemniscate and cubic parabola, the equations are complicated. So the design also will be complicated. That's why we are taking the spiral as ideal shape. So the length of transition curve, by default it is length of a transition curve who is having the spiral shape. Okay. So in the equation also you can see, in the textbook also you can see, they are putting a suffix s. L suffix s. This s actually stands for that spiral. In the textbook they may not mention that we are going to calculate spiral and all. The textbook they will not, I think they have not mentioned, but actually that s stands for the spiral shape only. Okay. So how we are going to calculate? Based on three equations, you have to calculate three value, whichever is maximum. That what we are taking as the minimum length of our transition curve. At least that much we should give. Okay. So based on, I'm just rubbing that portion just to write these things. You can also note it down this. Based on rate of change of centrifugal acceleration. This is acceleration, okay, final word. Based on rate of change of centrifugal acceleration. Second thing, based on rate of introduction of super elevation. I'm just putting some shortcut. SE means super elevation. Based on rate of introduction of super elevation. And the last thing is something based on some empirical formula. Based on empirical formula. What do you mean by empirical formula? Simply using from their experiences of the different scientists and by taking a lot of parameters into consideration. Finally, directly they will give you one equation. It may contain some coefficients and all. For empirical formula, you cannot check the units. If it is a general equation, we can check the unit also. If meter is there, we can cancel and all. Na? Empirical equation, we cannot check the unit. The left hand side unit and right hand side unit of the empirical equation will not be same. That's why it is called as an empirical. Okay. So based on the first criteria, rate of change of centrifugal acceleration, we are going to calculate one value. Based on rate of change of introduction of super elevation, another value. Then based on some empirical formula, third value. Whichever is maximum, that will be our final answer. See what you mean by rate of introduction of super elevation. I told you, on the straight road we are not having any super elevation, straight road. But whenever we are reaching on the circular curve, we need a super elevation like this. Here it is 0, but circular curve it is something like this, E value. So that what you have to do? We have to gradually introduce the super elevation. Whenever we are reaching the curve, we will be having the proper value of super elevation. Understanding? That you mean by rate of introduction of super elevation. Okay? So one by one, you write length based on that first one. Okay? Rate of change of centrifugal acceleration. You write completely. Okay, I'm just writing short form. Length based on rate of change of centrifugal acceleration. There is a letter which we use to denote the rate of change of centrifugal acceleration. That is nothing but C. C denotes the rate of change of centrifugal acceleration. So Ls is nothing but V cube divided by CR. Ls is equal to V cube divided by CR. So what is V? V is nothing but the speed, and it should be in meter per second. What is C? Nothing but your rate of change of centrifugal acceleration. And what is R? Nothing but the radius. Radius should be in meters. Okay. In case if they are not giving you the value of C, what to do? Sometimes they may give you, sometimes they may not give you. If they are not giving, you can take it as 80 divided by 75 plus V. See, a lot of equations we are going to study here. Since there are a lot of equations, they will not ask you any complicated question for transition curve. The question will be very direct, because too many equations you are going to study. Solving all the equations, finally you are going to take the value. Maximum mark is 2 mark. Okay, to get that 2 mark, you have to solve 3-4 equations and finally take the value. So they will not ask you any tough question. If you can remember the equation, you will get the 2 marks for sure. Pakka. Okay. And one more thing is that 80 by 75 plus V. Na? What is this V? Again, this is the speed, but this V should be in kmdh. That is the change. In the original equation, it is VQ by CR, that V is in meter per second. But if they are not giving you the value of C, that will be in kilometer per hour. That's it. That is our first length equation. Okay. Then the second one, length based on rate of introduction of super elevation. Length based on rate of introduction of super elevation. The rate of introduction of super elevation I can denote it as 1 in n. At what rate you are going to give your super elevation. Okay. You just write a heading like that only, based on rate of introduction of super elevation. Ls is equal to En into W plus We. E into N into W plus We. There is a condition. If payment is rotated about, edge portion or inner edge. The payment is rotated about edge portion. Okay. And if it is about the center, then what you have to do? Simply we have to divide by 2. We have done the same thing now. There also. So if it is rotated about the center, this value we are going to divide by 2. The same thing we have done in super elevation also. If it is rotated about center, that final value we divide by 2, na? Half there, half here. So like that. If it is given that the payment is rotated about the edge portion, then this is the equation. If it is given that it is rotated about the center portion, then that value you have to divide by 2. By default, yes, so many formula is there. See, that's why I told you they will not ask you any tough question. Directly they will give. Let's see, we will solve the questions now. So once we are doing some questions, it will be easy, don't worry. Okay. So by default, if they are not giving any condition, by default it is the first condition. Okay, about edge only. We'll see how to calculate and all. What is this E value? Rate of super elevation. How to calculate? V square by 225R, that we already studied. Correct na? E value. And whatever you are going to get, you are going to substitute here. Then what all things you have to check while substituting? It should be less than 7%, definitely. Less than or equal to. Correct na? 7%. If it is more than that, we are going to put 0.07 only here. By default, 7%. If they are giving hilly area, then 10%. Okay. What is this N? What is N? 1 in N is what? Rate of introduction of super elevation. If they are giving rate of introduction of super elevation is 1 in 100, then N is equal to 100. Like our camber value, N value we have taken. Na? If they are giving rate of introduction of super elevation 1 in 150, then N is 150. Okay. This W plus W is what? See, if you are having a road, straight road, and then you are having the circular curve. Na? W is the width of the straight road, and WE you are going to give on the circular curve. So W plus WE, only the width of the circular portion. Okay. So W plus W is what? The width of road at the circular portion. Okay. So N is what? 1 in N is the rate of introduction of super elevation. The main heading, like camber we studied na. What was camber? Something 1 in 50. Then we were taking some small n value equal to 50, like that. 1 in N was equal to our camber, like that. 1 in N is the rate of introduction. So whatever be that second value, that is our N. That's it. Like that is our N. And the W is the normal width of the road on the straight portion. W is the extra widening. So W plus W is what? It is nothing but the width of our road on the circular curve. Understood? Understood? So they will not be giving you, they will not ask you to calculate extra widening and all. Then it is going to be very lengthy, na? They may be giving you what is the width of the road at the circular portion. Okay. If they are not giving, then it is going to be a very lengthy question. Yes, I told you some years they may ask you tough questions. Out of 10 marks they may ask on an average transportation engineering. Around 8 marks it may be very easy question, or 7 marks may be very easy questions. You can easily solve if you are attending all the classes. I'm giving you the guarantee. Okay, trust me, definitely you will be able to score 7 marks or 8 marks. Pakka. The remaining 2 marks, I told you, sometimes it can be some tough questions. Every year, at least one tough question they may ask you to set a standard question paper. Correct now, transportation faculties, they are IIT professors. So at least one tough question they should put now, according to their level, according to their standard. So one tough question you can expect. No problem. 99% of the students are not going to solve such questions. So that tough question can be a tough concept, or it can be a lengthy question like this. So this also you can consider this as a tough question. Means it is going to be lengthy. If they are not giving you the width value and all, we have to calculate WE NL square by 2R plus V by 9.5 root R. Then you have to substitute here. E value you have to calculate. See, this is a 2 mark question. This is a 2 mark question. Everything you have to calculate. Then you have to take the final value. So it's going to be lengthy. Maybe that is the tough question for 2 mark which they are going to ask you. Okay. So no problem. If they are asking also, if you know the concept, if you are solving some problems easily, you will get it. Okay, we'll see. We'll solve some questions now. This is based on the second equation. The third equation is what? Based on the empirical formula. Based on the empirical formula. What is the plural of formula? Formulae. Okay, LAE. Maybe in some aptitude exams, English and all, they may ask you something. Okay, empirical formula. LS is equal to 2.7 V square by R. It's an equation if it is a plane or rolling terrain. I will tell you what is this rolling terrain. Plane or rolling terrain. And LS is equal to, simply this coefficient is going to be 1. V square by R for other terrains, which means for hilly. Okay. By default, if they are not giving you anything, we are going to assume that it is a plane terrain. So our equation will be 2.7 V square by R. That's it. Here also V is there. That V should be in kilometer per hour. This is a sub case, so this is also kmph. Only meter per second we are using here only. Here also it is kilometer per hour. Remember.